back. Alrighty, guys, how we doing? It's Tuesday. You know where you're supposed to be. Now, before we get this show going and get to this incredible guy who's sharing the screen with me tonight, first, forgive the sunlight. You guys know my room and everything. But second, it's going to be a little hard for me tonight for the show just because of the mixed emotions and everything I've been experiencing. I'm not going to address it tonight. I did earlier today on my Facebook page that I will be filming a video. It will not be live. There's so much stuff that I've seen that I got to just throw it out there. But that's as far as I'm going to go with that tonight, guys. Tonight is not about my feelings or anything else. Tonight is about Curam Nadurtha. And I hope I said that right, Mike, because I know I screwed up all the time.
I know, man. You said it perfectly. You're good.
Yes. All right. Now, I think he's got one of the most scrappiest insurgent men's grooming companies that are out there right now. I personally don't think this man gets a lot of love. And when I tried his products, I was like, dude, okay, this is pretty cool. Now, granted, I've only got like one, but there's so much about the bottle and everything else we're going to get into tonight and just his butter and everything else. But you know what, Mike? I ain't got to hype you up anymore. I want you to do it, bro. Introduce yourself to the world.
All right, so my name is Mike. I'm a, I was going to say former Marine, but I guess there's no such thing, right? I did 9 years in the Marine Corps, a cult, right? I would have done longer, but I was medically retired for going blind in my left eye. I'd always wanted to do something. My wife and I always wanted to do something within the natural care industry. We just didn't really know exactly which way we wanted to go with it. I had a lot of downtime my last 2 years in the Marine Corps, and that's when we finally started trying to narrow down what we wanted to do. We landed on beard products because when I got out, obviously I wanted to grow a beard. I had already been using hair pomades that were damaging the hell out of my hair. And I was already working on quite a few formulas, and we were sending them to like our family members, some of my friends and family members, and just getting their feedback. And we finally narrowed it down to our first formula. And right about the time I got out, I started deciding to test other companies just to kind of see how my stuff weighed up against other people's stuff.
Yeah.
And I've just been refining it since then. I wanted to create a brand where it encourages you to be yourself and live naturally. The idea of being a gentleman isn't limited to like having a nice car, a big house, or a nice suit. It's truly a state of mind, and I truly feel that every man has that gentleman inside of them, and it's just about evolving to that mindset. Because no matter who you are, you can be a gentleman.
Dude, very well said. Now we're going to get the roll call out of the way and get to some other fun that I think the world desperately needs tonight. You know, I know, but still, Iron Wings, how you doing? I see you up there. Chris Rayner, love you. Fuck your birds. Can't you guys win a game every so often? Not against my Red Sox, but still, Chris. Hey, Summer Chef, I'll make you a mod in a little bit, bro. I just want to get everything rolling and get in a better mindset. Beard of the North, how you doing? Bill Rivers, there's my guy. The guy who actually
Eric, that's a great question. So the name Curam Nadurtha, I'm third generation American. It's Irish Gaelic for natural care, because the idea behind the brand is again to embrace yourself, live naturally, and I wanted to really offer people natural and organic alternatives to the traditional grooming product, because a lot of the stuff out there is packed full of chemicals or other types of parabens that can actually damage your hair, your skin. I just wanted to create something that doesn't do that.
Yep, there you go, Eric, stealing a question. I see how you are. But still, we got Eric Kennedy out there, Mr. Ripken, and I think we've got everybody. All right. Oh, hey, there we go. I know, right? A Marine company, you know we're going to get something cran flavored here really, really soon. You know we're going to get it.
Almost. I might do that as a joke, but you never know, man. I come up with some pretty crazy scents, but they work.
Hey, April Fool's Day is coming up. I'm just saying. There's a special release. You guys heard it here. Now, I am going to address something really, really funny. Mike really wanted to do a product launch tonight, but thanks to my post office and no on my channel, it couldn't happen. But Mike, tell everyone what that was supposed to be, bro.
So what was supposed to be released tonight is actually going to be Ladir solid cologne. So what Ladir means is strong in Irish Gaelic, and the scent profile, the scent profile is going to be allspice, myrrh, and vanilla. So what you're going to notice with this is it's going to be a spicy and woody cologne, but it's very, very masculine, but low key. Your significant other will love it if you know what I'm saying. Like I wear it every night and every day, and my wife loves it. I get compliments on it everywhere I go. But that's one that I'm going to sneak in. I also decided to surprise you guys and go ahead and release Gentleman as well.
Ooh.
Gentleman is lily, cedarwood, and oakwood.
Nice.
So you're going to get some really nice floral notes, but that wood is going to calm it down. It makes a really nice, like truly grown man cologne scent. But to go further, I also decided to go ahead and throw Ladir pomade in here. So this is actually my first medium to hard hold pomade. I've been doing a lot of light to medium holds, but I decided to go ahead and just throw in a medium to hard hold because there's been a demand for it. And I put it in Ladir scent as well, so your hair can match your body with this one.
So is your pomade beeswax based, or
it's beeswax and shea butter?
Nice.
The shea butter adds that moisture back in your hair. If you would have just used a lot of beeswax pomades will dry out your hair and make it feel kind of weighed down and everything like that. Like my hair is extremely curly. I don't know if you guys have seen it without pomade, but it always looks a mess. I'm actually wearing the medium to hard hold pomade right now, and I've got to say I've been wearing it since like I don't know 6, 7 o'clock this morning.
You noticed his smile too, right? When he said your other half is going to like it, you noticed that he's like, buddy.
You already know, man. You see, here's the thing, right? So a lot of the notes in both these pomades are actually attractants to the opposite sex because there's pheromones actually within some of the essential oils, and that the pheromones in the scent is actually what triggers that stimulus from your significant other. So if you get Ladir, I guarantee you'll get lucky just a little bit more. You know.
You sure you were a Marine? Because like you used some multi-syllable words there without someone going, sound it out.
I've heard that. I've heard that a lot, actually. I was told I should have been officer, but I was happy being enlisted. So I did get my bachelor's degree on active duty, but
we see, and this is what gets me. Okay, I may make fun of the Marines an awful lot just simply because the inter-service rivalry, me being Army.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But what I've noticed, especially in the men's grooming world, that I can verify, you are the third Marine owner, and everything you guys make turns out to be excellent.
Well, I mean, we are crown eaters, but there's got to be something to it.
Outside of your Crayola problem, one of the most common questions that I do ask you, I should ask of owners is, especially veterans, do you think your time in service got you ready to roll out Curam Nadurtha?
I think so. I definitely think so because before I joined, I was kind of a knucklehead, and I was into a lot of trouble. I was getting involved with some pretty sketchy people before I joined. Thankfully, I joined right out of high school, but I definitely think that it gave me the discipline and the drive to really refine the craft and just keep moving forward.
Or brother, Space Force. That's all I'm saying. Space Force.
I agree. I don't even know why they consider them one of the branches, honestly.
But I will say this. After that Coastie jumped on that mini drug sub when it was submerging, was beating on the top, my respect for them grew a little bit.
Just a little bit, but only for him, though.
Yeah. I mean, but not the Space Force. Come on, man. No,
it's funny because on Lejeune, we actually had a Coastie department at a Courthouse Bay, and some of the Coasties were actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah, but I mean, Puddle Pirates, they can't go.
Yeah, Puddle Pirates. But nothing matches our corpsmen though.
Oh yeah, but I will give Coast Guard credit. Like if you guys out there watch the show Deadliest Catch, whenever those crab boats get fucked up, the coasties go out there and get them.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, now let's get to the big one. Is that your ugly mug on top of those butters?
It was, man. You know, everyone always asks me that. I'm like, yeah, it was based on my face, but I feel like now I need somebody to like kind of alter it a little bit because my hair is like in a bun now. My beard's getting longer. Like,
man, but
I feel like I'm going through. You know, okay. So here's the thing, right? So when Marines get out, they either go through one of two things, right? They either go all out with their beard and their hair, or they still get high and tights. I know you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes. I won't lie. The first 5 years after I got out, I kept it all the time, high and tight, high and tight. I let the beard grow, but the haircut, nope.
High and tight because they program you, man. It's programming, and I got my degree in psychology, so I kind of saw some of the stuff they were doing to me. No, I'm playing, but I don't know. Like I've always been kind of somebody that kind of goes against the grain and just does my own thing, and that can even be seen seeping into my company. Like you see a lot of people following the same trends, like doing similar profiles, and then I'll just throw something out of the blue, like with Ladier, right? Allspice, myrrh, and vanilla. But the thing is, I love playing with the essential oils, and once you start learning how they go together and how they blend, and
this is something I got to give you a lot of respect on. Okay, with our private conversations, and I'm not really going to drop anything bad out there.
Right.
I know that you had been approached by certain other people that I'll never name, and they're like, "Dude, fuck your company, fuck this, fuck that." But it's the product is so good. I mean, I know just with talking to you when I ordered, you're like, oh, shit, if he doesn't like it, this is going to be bad, And I'm like, dude, this shit is amazing.
Hey, man, thank you. That means a lot. Thank you, Joe. Hey, it's a weird combination, but I promise you, this stuff right here is like a spicy, woody cologne. Now, here's the thing with my scents, right? I give you 3 because those are the most prominent notes that you're going to get. But I will say, when I say spicy and woody, the spices are in there, but there's also a nice little subtle back note of wood in there. And there's a few woods in there because the way that it blends together is just, it gives you this really just fantastic kind of upbeat, but low key, but trust me, your girl will love it. I promise you.
See, now this concerns me, Mike. Just for the record, I'm going to address this comment.
But
my boy drank poetry. He drank White Claws willingly a couple nights ago, and now he's writing poetry. Joe.
Oh God, he's going down. What's going on, man? Poetry and White Claw? No. If it was whiskey and White Claw, we can vibe. But I will say, I've never even drinking a White Claw. Do they even taste good?
See, he drank 3 of them willingly. 3. Oh. And see, somehow I'm not shocked. This stuff is good. Granted, as of this point, I will be placing more orders. I've only gotten Cinnamon Dream. This stuff is.
If you like Cinnamon Dream, I would definitely recommend Irish Cream. And with how much I'm loving this Ladier scent, I'm highly considering releasing it just across the board and everything.
I will give you credit because I know cinnamon. 85 to 90% of the world has a skin allergy to it, topographical. There we go. I was a little worried grabbing it at first because I'm like, I've had other companies when they've had cinnamon bark, essential oils in there,
right,
and it lit me on fire. Cinnamon Dream is just so, guys. It's one of those when you get an oil and you try it, you're like, oh snap, this stuff is Cinnamon Dream. You want a recommendation? Period. There you go. Get it.
Thanks, man. So the trick with that is using cardamom, because cardamom is like cinnamon. The notes are very similar, but they're slightly different. It's actually just a step down on the spiciness, and you can kind of just. All right, Dan, I got you.
Dan, my show. Beg on your show. My
show. So. The cardamom is like a lesser of cinnamon, but the profiles are so similar between the 2 essential oils, and the benefits kind of overlap as well. So, and Cinnamon Dream was intended to smell like a bakery. And what I noticed at first, I was going to use cinnamon, but the issue with cinnamon is sometimes it starts to make it smell like candy.
Yeah,
and that's not. Thank you. He actually. So funny thing is, he actually hit me up before this was released, and he actually asked me about it. Like I did a little exclusive little
I knew I liked you.
Little exclusive for him. He DM'd me. He's like, "Hey, where can I buy this?" I'm like, "It's not out yet." But I always got my friends. It's like, yo.
We see, and that's one of the things I like about you. That's why I called you like this little scrappy insurgency, because everybody I've talked to that has tried your product sings your praises.
Right.
And this is not me kissing your ass, and no, just in case any of you freaking morons are watching, he's not paying me to say this crap. I'm saying it willingly. All right.
Yep. If anybody knows me, they know I don't pay for reviews. I never have.
Nobody that I've talked to seriously has anything bad to say about your company. Nobody. And that's striking in certain ways, because I know you're still new. You're under a year, right?
Yep.
But it's like normally by now you'd have somebody going, man, fuck that company, fuck that. No, everybody loves it.
For the most part, man. I have a couple people out there that not so much, but you know.
Well, if you're not getting haters, you're not doing your job right?
Hey, that's the thing though. I welcome it. Dan, don't lie.
Okay, Dan, 2 honey buns and some top ramen's not payment. All right. Well, unless you're Cody,
I wore boot band, so I my sexuality's in check, right?
Iron Wings, I swear to God. All right, bro. Let's get into the bottle. What made you choose the rectangular one?
So initially, we opened it up with the traditional, just round 1 ounce bottle, and I felt that it just didn't really capture. It didn't capture my brand the way that I wanted it to. And the funny thing is, my wife and I wanted to open up with those bottles, but we just weren't quite there yet. We didn't feel, and we didn't really actually have a real brand created. So from October to January, we were actually just refining everything. And in January, we came out swinging with that. I feel that the dark green square bottles just add to that gentleman-like appearance, and that appearance of elegance and class for an affordable price.
Okay, with love. Nice, Dan. See, I took it another direction, because everything you've been doing is have like the Gaelic theme and the Irish background.
Right.
I took it as celebrating, the motherland, for lack of a better phrase.
Definitely. And the green definitely does that.
And I do like the green glass bottles. Now, there's another company out there who puts their pomades in a glass bottle, and they seem to last forever. They really don't break down. They really haven't gone bad. And I thought for a butter, that was interesting. And guys, I know I should show it. It's more of a poured butter than it is a whipped, but it breaks down so quick in your hands that it's not even funny, man.
Right. It's an unrefined shea butter and mango butter.
I'm going to leave this to the chat, Martin, because I've only tried one, and you already know my recommendation. Cinnamon Dream.
Cinnamon Dream's awesome, but I would also ask you, what are your type of scent profiles that you like? Because all 6 of my scents kind of touch something a little bit different. So I try to make scents where they're tailored to every single type of palate, if you will. If you want something spicy and sweet, Cinnamon Dream all day. But if you're a coffee guy, I have Irish Cream, which is going to remind you of a coffee with Baileys in it. But if you're more like a fun beach-going guy, Lime and Coconut all day. Now, if you want something adventurous and you want to feel lucky Orange. That's orange, lime, and patchouli. The patchouli is kind of on the back side. It gives you a nice little minty kick to the orange and the lime, and it just accents it. It sounds really weird, but it works. And then you have Forbidden Forest for your lumberjacks. But there's a twist on it because I put lavender in it, and it's going to give you like a magical forest kind of vibe. Don't worry when you hear the word lavender, because I know a lot of people kind of go heavy on the lavender. This is super nice and subtle on the lavender side. It's more of like a nighttime cologne kind of scent. But my personal favorite, Dragon's Blood. This was my first attempt at an actual cologne scent, and it's bergamot, frankincense, and myrrh,
Nice.
and it's a really dark masculine cologne. And the story behind that is again reaching into Irish mythology, and it's literally about the dragon because the dragon was depicted next to the Celtic gods, and it's one of the most powerful symbols within Celtic mythology.
Josh. All right, what do we got here? Any thoughts on producing? Oh, there you go. A dry shaving like powder.
You might actually be pleasantly surprised. I don't want to just cater to the beard guys because I do have body butter as well. I'm a grooming company, which is why I just went ahead and pulled the trigger on the cologne and the hard hold pomade because I've had the light to medium hold pomade, but you'll be in for a pleasant surprise. I'm actually whipping up some shaving stuff as we speak. I actually did my fifth trial batch. I'm trying to make it like a soap, but I want to make sure that the consistency is right because the issue with cream is if you go too heavy, then it gets too thick. But if you just it's quite a bit of chemistry and a lot of trial and error. But definitely stay tuned and follow us for that because I am going to be making a shaving section. Definitely.
I see, guys, and that's why I say men's grooming company because I've seen like the washes, I've seen like you say, the pomades, the colognes, the everything.
Right.
I seriously believe if you keep doing what you're doing right now, you're going to be taking over some stuff.
I hope so, man. Martin, my recommendation for you, if you're having a hard time deciding on the scents, just go for the sample pack. It's $10.95. You get all 6 scents and 2 milliliter samples. And depending on how long your beard is, you're going to get 2 to 3 uses per scent out of that.
Nice.
And then after that, you can make the full commitment to another scent. And then we can just go from there, All
right, I got to take care of something here real quick, so forgive me for a moment. Now, you said you started basically your whole journey and whatnot after you got out of the Corps.
It was actually so. The funny thing is, a lot of the recipes and everything like that, I actually started while I was in. The last 2, I went blind in 2018, but I didn't get out of the military until 2020.
Okay.
So from 2018 to 2020, basically the entire time I was in Japan, I was doing research, and it helps that my wife already knows a lot about natural hair because she had been growing out her natural hair for years, so she already kind of knew a lot about oils. And then we just started applying that, and then seeing how the different carrot oils affect beard hair, and we wanted to create something that goes just across the board for different hair textures, different hair porosities. So we had all ethnicities in mind, different hair textures, just across the board. We wanted to create an actual men's grooming company for all men, so it's like an all-inclusive kind of thing.
No, I get that. I think that's cool because, especially while you're in, talk about a perfect melting pot of guinea pigs.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and it helped with the beard stuff by being able to send it to like guys that I knew that were already out, or like family members, some of my wife's family members, and it was generally good responses just right from the beginning. But it's a constant refining process, and more recently, within like the last few weeks, we actually changed and improved our formula. We took out the macadamia nut oil. Not that I don't like the macadamia nut oil, but I found it very restricting with some of the essential oils that we were trying to use in some scents because macadamia oil is extremely nutty. And the scent can kind of throw off everything. And I switched to hemp seed oil just because the benefits are way better than the macadamia. Because what you're going to notice with hemp seed oil alone, just the beard oil will make your beard like nice and soft.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Like I told you, when you talk about switching to hemp, I was like, oh, my beard loves that stuff. And hey, everyone, welcome Sober Chef Eric to the moderator team. Eric, check your blue wrench now, bro. Told you I'd help that up for you.
Hey, congratulations, man.
And hey, Josue, how you doing, brother? Okay, so let's hop in the Wayback Machine for a moment because I want to learn a little bit more about Mike before, the Devil Dog days. What made you join?
Man, honestly, I was getting involved with some pretty sketchy people, and my dad passed away when I was not my biological dad, but my dad. You know what I'm saying? Died when I was 17, and I think that was one of the pushing factors because he was always telling me I need to get my act together because I'm so smart and I'm so bright, but I was fucking off school and I had so much potential and this, and that. So the funny thing about my entire high school career, like I got C's and D's, but I was in AP chemistry and I had an A in AP chemistry.
Yeah, you had to be challenged to excel. So
yeah.
I get that.
So I kind of just screwed off school, and college wasn't really on the table, and the people that I was involved with were really sketch. So I decided to join and better myself, and the recruiter actually told me that I wasn't good enough and to come back.
God. Now, we do have one question. I want to circle back on that one. Super Chef Eric wants to know, what's your current carrier blend?
Of course. So it's going to be jojoba oil, hemp seed oil, apricot oil, almond oil, sunflower oil, black Jamaican castor oil, vitamin E, and the essential oil blend.
So were you like a Hollywood Marine when you went through training, or did you go
I
through
was a Hollywood Marine, but I mean, I would take hills over sand fleas any day. I'm not even going to lie. After being in North Carolina, I went to the beach one time. I was like, what the fuck is this little dog biting me? Those things hurt.
Dude, I got to tell you, one of my last units, we went to Lejeune for supposedly a joint exercise. But when we got there, they were like, we really don't have anything for you guys to do, so go hang out.
Right.
Hanging out on Camp Lejeune for a month, watching what you guys go through, I'm like, thank God I'm Army. I was like, what the hell?
Right. So Iron Wings, the funny thing is, once I finally I got my act together in the military, and once I finally started going to college, I started just banging out A's and B's. Like, the funny thing is, my entire college career, I did not open one book. I typed plenty of 10 to 15-page essays the day they were due. And I got A's and B's throughout the entire time in college. It's just I just screwed off high school, man. But I mean, circumstances, environment, and I think that's another reason why I just wanted to really lean into it. Like, just alter your state of mind, embrace being a gentleman. Because I read a quote recently, and I actually put it in my blog. An Irish writer said, "The appellation of a gentleman is not to be affixed to his circumstances, but how you behave in them." And to me, that just really resonates, because whenever somebody thinks the word gentleman, it's like, oh, I have to wear a suit, I have to wear nice clothes, I have to open up the door, I have to say, oh, good day, sir, and stupid stuff like that, right? But that's not the idea behind it. And the idea of transforming into a gentleman is really just altering that state of mind and just elevating your thought process. And if you can look good while doing it, why the hell not?
Well, exactly. And God, how can I put it? Your products work phenomenal. But
thanks, man.
We're moving on to some other parts, because I'm giving you the first half hour to be like, here's your company, give them sales.
Yeah, definitely. I got you.
But okay, so where were you stationed? I mean, were you like a one duty station kind of guy, or did you move?
No, I was a little bit all over the place, man. I was on Pendleton, I was on Miramar, I was on Camp Lejeune, I was at SOI East, I was at Okinawa. I got to stay in Hawaii for 2 weeks for free when the eye thing happened, and the corpsmen like freaked out. I got to go to Hawaii 2 weeks for free, so that was cool.
Yeah, but I've heard the horror stories about you guys in Okinawa. Like all your restrictions and everything that you go through over there. It's supposed to be a good duty stop. You're in the Orient, So
it was awesome for me because I'm married and I got to live off base. So I have like Japanese neighbors, and even though there was like, well, I'm out now. There was a time limit you had to be inside, but if I had to go to the freaking grocery store that was like 2-3 blocks away, I just went. Now, what I will say, some of the stupidest rules I've ever heard. So in Okinawa, they have a 0 tolerance policy for alcohol, right? So if you take 1 sip of alcohol, you cannot drive, because in Japan you'll be over the legal limit. Well, with 1 sip.
I mean, like,
so they have a not 1 drop policy, and that kind of just gets beat home, but people still obviously do it because they don't care. But
and I like that he's bringing up Korea. I was like, have you ever been to Korea?
I almost got to go to Korea. That was going to be my next duty station, because I was selected to staff, and then.
Yeah, I remember when we flew into Seoul, because you always start and end your time in Korea in Seoul, no matter what.
Right.
And I'm like, why aren't the law enforcement officers carrying fucking sidearms?
Yeah.
And then, like, when we're driving down to reception center and they're carrying some guy in a wheelbarrow, I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I got it. You're good, you know?
Right.
I mean, the Orient is interesting, but it's also weird as fuck, you know?
It is, man. But the food is amazing. The culture is awesome. I think so. The crazy part for me was when we went to Japan. They told my wife and I that it was going to be a culture shock, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Ironically, it was the opposite. Like coming back, because you go there, they take customer service. Customer service is like up here for them, right? Like you go to a grocery store, you type in something because you can't obviously communicate with them. So you put your little translator in there. Oh, where's the milk? They'll stop what they're doing, take you to the milk, and like show it to you. You come do that here, like, hey man, where's the milk? Oh, it's fucking over there. It's like
I remember playing volleyball and like our interpreters were bowing to the judges before they'd serve. I'm like, all right, you know,
it's very enlightening. I think engaging with other cultures, but it also makes you appreciate like home more at the same time. Because I love traveling and I love meeting other people, experiencing other cultures. I feel like it just makes you all around better. Than when you come back home, you can just appreciate things just a little bit more, you know.
But it's the weird little things.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Network. I hated that TV station with a passion because you couldn't have commercials. They were military commercials. Proper PMCS of your gears. Mission critical. So, like, when you're getting videotapes sent over, you know, you have a tape sent over from the States. Yes, guys. At that point, you had to have VHS tapes because the internet wasn't that big when I was in Korea. You're like, please, no, don't take the commercials out. Leave those in.
Right.
You know? Hey, Gary, just to make you laugh, that item still has yet to move, bro. So you can blow up a post office whenever you want to. That's all I'm saying. Whew, okay. So.
You know, I could say the same thing about Lejeune for ending a Marine Corps career.
Well,
so my job in the Corps was actually retention. So I was like the recruiter for the active duty guys. That's hard. That's a hard grind.
Oh, dude, I can't even begin to imagine like a recruiter.
Huh?
Like you said, you were a recruiter. I can't even begin to imagine.
A recruiter for active duty people.
Yeah, no,
I had to resell the lie.
Yeah, but you had to be in your dress unis all the freaking time. And I will say this. The Marine Corps has some of the best looking dress uniforms. Period.
Definitely.
But those are a bitch.
Yeah, they're uncomfortable. They're uncomfortable.
Oh. Hey, Dan,
go for it.
Go ahead,
go
bro.
for it.
Go.
It's bot-in 15, like bot-in 15. You know what I'm saying?
Portable DVD. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You got to find
that's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah, and Mike, just to share a little
Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that.
This one's got to be shared, okay? I found out about his company one drunken night surfing through Amazon. Yeah. I think I found him on page 64 of like beard oil.
Yeah.
All right. He has tried to send me his rebranded labels. UPS destroyed the package to a point it was undeliverable and sent it back.
UPS?
Yeah.
UPS I don't usually have any problems with UPS. That's crazy.
And then the post office, he dropped off a next batch. It's been sitting in an area in California since the 3rd and hasn't moved.
You want to hear a funny story?
Sure.
So, before we moved out to California, we were still in Chicago. I sent somebody a package in Florida. It ended up in Washington State from Chicago in Washington State, and then it went to New York City, sat there for 2 weeks, and then made it to Florida.
And then, the best part, he's joining the Texas National Guard. So,
the Nasty Guard?
As an officer.
What?
Yes.
Well, congratulations, sir.
But see, we've got to make fun of him because he's got this great, beautiful, flaming, well, somewhat red beard. You know, he's only partial ginger, so he's got a little bit of his soul.
Don't cut off the ginger beard for a butter bar.
I'm just saying, he's gonna lose the hair. I just
for a butter bar. No, I'm playing.
gonna pick on him. Oh my god! All right, what else we got? All right, so what did you do when you were in the Corps other than be a recruiter? I mean, what did you sign up for?
So I initially signed up for Motor T. Apparently, it's frowned upon to sign up for Motor T if you don't have your driver's license. Right? So I get to MEPS the day I go to boot camp, and they're like, so I don't know why your recruiter was a fucking idiot, didn't ask you this question, but where's your driver's license? I'm like, I don't have one. Like, oh, well, open contract. It's like, do I have a choice? Like, nope, get on the fucking bus. I was like, okay.
Oops. Bunch of sweeping, bunch of raking, bunch of painting rocks.
And I was like, oh, I don't even know what the hell I'm gonna be. And then they gave me admin, right?
Yeah.
But I despised admin, and I like talking to people more. And ironically, they sent me to Outbound, where you do like the out processing for people, where you give them their DD-214s. That was my very first experience, just right there out the gate. So I'm watching all these people just happy as fuck to get out all the time. But then I decided to re-enlist, and I was like, well, let me actually like see if I can like talk to people and do that. And that's where I actually decided to go into retention, because I enjoyed talking to people and giving informed decisions. And I would have went back to Motor T. My wife said no. So my choices when I went to were Artie, Motor T, or career planning. And you can imagine which one she picked.
Yeah, right?
Because I was like, oh, Artie will be dope, you know, like, boop.
It's like, boop.
Send it, but, you know.
My wife, or I should say my better half, still can't get over. I had to order a fucking whoopee that's done in DD-214.
I have that.
Yeah,
I have my DD-214 blanket upstairs right now.
Yeah, she's like, why? I'm like, because I sleep under freedom every single night. You just never know.
You can't tell me nothing.
And that's why I had tears coming out of my eyes when Grunt Style brought Angry Cops onto their YouTube channel, and they did the Office Drill Sergeant.
Yeah.
And so there he is. And by the way, I'm wearing this old Crack House T-shirt today.
Okay.
If you've ever watched his YouTube channel, check it out. Especially these, they're freaking hilarious. With Basement Jesus and wow. But he's running around the office and he's just yelling at this guy behind the desk. You know what drills do? He's laying him. The guy casually goes into his desk, pulls out a piece of paper, and holds it up, and it says in the caption, DD-214. And just, damn it! And he goes running away, you know?
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm like, it's freedom.
You know, man, it was a bittersweet moment leaving. I think because
I agree.
The funny thing is, I was at 9. I had a re-enlistment in to go to 12. So because I figured at that point I'd already made it, and I was working out a deal to either stay in Okinawa, go to Korea, or stay in Okinawa. Because we really ended up like enjoying Okinawa. I ended up really loving this place called the Pokemon Center. I started collecting like these little plushies. Yeah. So I have like tubs full of like little Pokemon stuffed animals because I couldn't find them anywhere else. I just thought it was like the coolest shit ever. It was almost like calling back to like your childhood, you know?
Yeah.
So I have a shit ton of those, and I was like, oh, if we go back like on vacation, I'm gonna like blow 1,000.
Very small part of the collection. Very small part.
Yeah. Comics.
Hot Wheels. You know.
Batman,
oh,
I see it. Okay.
Then we've got like Walking Dead, bunch of Star Wars, Supernatural, Batman. We got everything around.
Speaking of The Walking Dead, how did you feel how they just abruptly ended the comics?
It made sense.
It was kind of crazy. Huh?
It made sense because if you read the comics all the way through, and for those of you who don't know, it's a little bit different than the TV show.
Oh, okay? It's more than a little bit different. Come on.
Yeah, it's really dark.
There's some characters that don't even exist.
Yeah. But they basically killed everybody they could. They exhausted every storyline they could.
True.
They had to get at one point and go, all right, we're done.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
There's some people on the show who lasted a lot longer than they did in the comics. And
Morgan.
Or Abraham.
Well, yeah, Abraham was actually supposed to be the one that took the arrow to the eyeball.
Head.
Yeah. I'm happy that they didn't change Glenn's death, though.
But, like, what was supposed to happen to Carl that caused Rick to lose his mind?
Yeah.
You know, there's some things that you sit and go, okay.
Right. But, I mean, you know, they had to, you know.
Well, it's just like the show. I'm a little bit excited for this last season.
I'm like 2 seasons behind now.
I'm curious where they're going to go.
That's the last one. But I will say that I'm okay with what they did with Carol's character, though, in a way.
Yeah, but you've also got people like Daryl who were never in the comics.
Yeah.
And that's funny that, I can't remember his name, but Daryl was supposed to be Merle.
Yep.
They were so happy with him when he showed up. They're like, we're going to put something in here for you.
Right.
Yep. See, look at that officer catching up from behind when the enlisted are doing the work. I'm telling you.
That's how it always happens.
I'm telling you. He's going to fit right in. All right.
So he's still going to have his beard care company while he's on, like...
He better. He better.
He better.
Some words. I'm just saying. I got kids. I'm not afraid to go to prison. I can use the break. All right, Matt. Now, I usually like to take this point of the show and kind of switch it a little bit.
Okay.
Because when you've got the Rona running around out there, you've got lockdowns, you got all kinds of crazy crap going on. Yep. Mental health is really, really huge. Now, especially you being in the Corps and just me being in the service, we're taught to suppress certain things and keep them under. Mission first, keep driving, keep moving forward. Fuck your feelings, keep going. But we need to talk about those.
Yeah.
What is something that you do when you can feel that just building up in you, where you're like, I'm going to snap. How do you just, that woo-saw moment? What do you do?
So, man, that's a great question, because especially with what happened with my eye, I have a lot of anger and a lot of anxiety and depression caused by it, because it was so sudden. And if they would have got me medevaced and got it fixed within 3 days, I would have still been fine.
Yeah.
So sometimes, man, it's just about taking a deep breath. Sometimes I might go visit my plant, but I think it's really just I have to sit down and either take a deep breath, talk to my wife, talk to you guys in the club.
Yeah.
And I think it's just about talking about it, period, man. Because I've seen a couple of my friends, they kept it bottled up and they lost. So
yeah. I mean, I can't even begin to appreciate what you just said enough, because I've always said, especially on my show, when you talk about your demons, your loads get a little bit lighter. And especially now, how we're supposed to be 6 feet. Oh my God, you have the monkey butt virus running around. Oh my God, you got the gamma radiation virus running around.
Right.
Mask up. I mean, hell, I'm not even going to get up and get it. I literally got from a men's subscription box.
Right.
They were selling gas masks. Not your cheap, like they did before, Russian knockoffs from the 60s.
Right.
Really good ones, because I'm like, I want to walk into Walmart with one of those and go, yeah, here's my vaccinated card, but I'm masking up for you.
They wouldn't be able to say anything because you're wearing a mask.
Yeah, but it's like, I think
that'd be probably the best protection you can wear, though, in theory, right?
Thank you. I mean, I think at some points we need to get silly. I think at some points we need to be able to laugh at ourselves a lot more. Because I know this is social media.
Yeah.
Right? I know a lot of people look at their platforms and they go, this is my brand.
Right.
And they want to be family friendly. They want to be politically correct. They want to be, I can't talk about this because it's too controversial.
Right.
Well, this show has never dodged anything. And anything in my life I've never freaking dodged. We need to talk. If you're feeling bad, open up and speak.
Yeah, I think that's especially dealing with some of the issues that I've dealt with personally and seen people go through. I think we don't focus on men's mental health enough.
Right.
Because just more than just military deep, traditionally speaking, we as men, we're not allowed to feel anything. Exactly. We're not allowed to be mad. We're not allowed to be sad. We're not allowed to really feel anything. We're just supposed to basically be machines and just provide, die.
Yeah.
But
suck it the fuck up, move on, go.
Exactly. And then if you say there's like you're not feeling right, then society looks at you as a man like, oh, there's something wrong with you.
Spot on.
But the thing is, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just human emotion. That's just what it boils down to.
And I mean, I get it. Like, we're at an unprecedented point in this nation's history, you know? Hold on. I saw that. You don't think I'm going to freaking videotape that and go live? You don't think I'm going to do that, Chris? You've known me long enough. Oh, yeah. But it's like everything is so, and I hate using this phrase, but it's so truthful. It's so hyper politicized about everything.
Yeah.
If I want to grab a Coca-Cola, I'm grabbing a Coca-Cola because I like the taste of it. Not because, you know, I'm a Nazi, I'm a Republican, I'm this, I'm anti that, I'm anti whatever. Oh my God, you picked up a Pepsi as well? What's wrong with you?
Right.
And it's sugar water, brown sugar water that fizzes.
Right. But do you see, here's the thing, but here's how you can really throw people off, because everyone's so polarized now. Like, I get asked all the time, oh, what's your, like, when I register to vote, right? Oh, what's your political affiliation? I don't have one. I'm just going to vote for whoever the fuck has the best ideas.
Exactly.
And I think that's where we kind of lose some of our integrity a little bit, because we get swayed to one side or the other, and that really shouldn't be the case. It should be like, well, who's the most competent? Who can get this done? Like, blue, red, I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I miss that time when I think it was Clinton was in office, and he sat down with the Speaker of the House every single night. Day was done. All the BS was done. Right. They sat down, had a beer, and they had a conversation.
Right.
Two opposite sides of the political spectrum.
Right.
And even like just picking on my buddy Joe, like earlier about White Claws.
Right.
I guarantee you there was probably somebody out there screen recording that whole thing going, Chris hates Joe. Chris is trying to destroy Joe. Oh my God. Chris has, you know, Curam Nadurtha on. Why doesn't he have this company on? Why is he not having that company on?
Yep.
And it's like
everybody has an opinion.
Yeah, it's like, I get the fact that your opinion matters to you, and I want to understand your opinion.
Right.
But at that point where you start to degrade me because I don't agree with you on something.
Exactly. And that's where you really have to go into it, and you have to really understand perception, right? Like, let's say me and you are sitting at the bar, we're having a drink, right? Let's say this big brawl just happens, and we're both going to remember that differently and interpret how that started differently. That doesn't mean that you're wrong or I'm wrong. That just means that we perceived it differently and we interpret it differently within our own like brains, right? And that's how I look at it with everything, right? Everybody's going to perceive how they want to perceive, and that whole concept of perception is reality, that's garbage, because my perception may be my reality, but that doesn't necessarily mean that my perception is your reality.
Thank you.
So it all goes down to truly understanding that other side. But the issue is that a lot of the times people get so caught up in their feelings that they don't want to listen to what the other side's saying, and vice versa.
Thank you. You know, where was it? Oh, I got to make fun of you on this one. Pick on Austin all you want. Go back and watch the live feed I did with him. If you don't pick on him, I think you might get a little offended. I'm just saying, he's a cool dude. All right.
That was dope.
And now we've got other stuff. Like, do you watch the news much?
I stopped, man. Stopped for my mental health. And not only that.
Oh, thank you.
Not only that, my issue with with any media outlet is it goes too far to either side.
Thank you.
Like it's either too far left or too far right. We don't actually have a nice like just right in the middle. Let me just not do any of it. Because let's look at two opposite sides, right? Like Fox, CNN. They do two very extreme opposite sides of the spectrum, and it's hard to really pinpoint like what's factual, what's not with both sides, right?
And that's what gets me. I'm old enough to remember Walter Cronkite. Okay, you would sit there in front of your TV. Yes, I'm dating myself, so fuck all you old joke, whatever. Where he would sit there, he would give you the freaking news, and at the end of the news, he's been like, "That's the way it is. That's the way it was. That's the way it's gonna be."
Right.
You know, and he let you make up your mind about what you should see. Not, we're going to tell you exactly how you need to feel about this.
Exactly, and I feel that that's the issue. But it's a system that works. So it's a system, huh?
You good?
Yeah, I don't think that was for me. It's a system that works, right? So they're not going to change it, unfortunately.
Hey, Moses had the original tablet. What's your point? Mm-hmm.
He did have the original tablet.
Yeah, and see, that's what kills me is I try to find outside news sources. Like,
right.
I only watch literally maybe 1 hour a day. I will admit it's Fox with the 5. And if I don't see Dana Perino on there, I don't watch. Or, excuse me, Emily Compagno or Katie Pavlich. I've got a crush on all 3. I will sit there for an hour just staring at that TV. Yes, guys. I remember when daytime TV used to have hot chicks on there, but stuff. Yeah, it's so hard to explain, like, to my kids what's going on. Especially after this weekend. Where they're like, "Daddy, you are really enraged." I'm like, can Daddy just have like 5 minutes to get himself under control right now, you know?
Right.
And trying to explain to people what's going on live unfolding in front of us. But yet, if you turn on one news station, you have, "Oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever. The president has done things that would never ever be done before." You turn on another one, and the Taliban's going to be outside our front door any moment.
Yeah, you see that's the issue. You have two different sides saying two different things, but we know what the real issue is.
Yeah, so. And I mean, and that's the funny part where I tried telling someone this earlier, and this is another reason why I'm excited to have you on as a veteran-owned company. Vets speak to vets a little bit differently.
Yeah,
because it's almost like vetnese. You know, you have your own language. And you're going to fall back into certain things like Navy, squid, gay, you know, Air Force. You're just the Uber. Shut up. You know, unless you're an A-10 pilot, then you're like, "Dude, here, beer.
Right.
You know, or like the Marines. If I thought hard enough, I'd been like, Mike Cran, go get it, Mike."
Yeah, I would have fetched it too. The red one tastes like blueberry, you know?
See, when you told me that the first time, I have just been like, "Oh my God." He gets it and he laughs. And we've been sitting here for like the last hour just having this great conversation, getting to know each other better, and there's been no agenda. There's been nothing.
Definitely.
You know, we've talked about your company. We've talked about you. I think we've given people a definite different look into Mike.
Yeah, I think so too. And this not really a side that's been explored. I mean, usually the standard questions are like, "Oh, your company, how'd you get started?" But it's never really, "Hey, no, not just fiberglass. I make sure there's actual chunks of glass in the fiberglass first because it's important." And Drano's a chaser. Sorry, dog. Straight whiskey.
You got it right from the devil dog's mouth, from the Church of Chesty.
Yeah, Church of Chesty.
That's what I love when all those things came out about the Marine Corps being a cult. You fuckers didn't even disappoint.
Oh, it's perfect.
Big picture of Chesty on the wall. Everyone bowed down in front of it. I'm like,
It's funny, dude. Like you can't probably go in one section. Like everyone has got the photoshopped image somewhere in their work section with General Mattis is like the patron saint of destruction.
With the knife hand out.
Yeah. He's sitting there like this. You know, like the painting of the saint, where they're usually like this, except his knife hands out like that, and it's just his face.
And you see, that's what killed me when he was sec deaf. I was like, who the hell is going to ask him anything? I bet he walked into that confirmation hearing and passed them out a reading list before he'd even talk to him, you know?
Yeah. I was excited when he was a sec deaf, man.
Me too. Who the hell is going to screw with this country? It's not Secretary of Defense, it's Secretary of Offense.
Yeah, basically.
Anybody who can sit and look at the Taliban and go, look, I'm here unarmed today. I brought nothing with me. But if you fuck with me, I will
kill you.
Everything.
Yep. It is definitely a cult. The Marine Corps is definitely a cult. Actually, I got tagged in one of the funniest videos I've ever seen about the Marine Corps, explaining why it's a cult. Because they always say, "Oh, there's no such thing as a former Marine. You are a Marine for life. Yeah. The only way out is in a box."
Once a Marine, always a Marine. Yeah.
Jameson is a whiskey I like.
Yeah, there you go. And what was it? I love that other quote by him when the Taliban leaders were asking him, so when are you planning on leaving? And he goes, I ain't fucking leaving. I'm going to marry one of yours and set up a house right down here by the river. I ain't going nowhere. I'm like, the balls on that guy to walk in there with the potato sacks clanging.
Oh, my God. I've actually, I met him once. I didn't get to get a picture, but I did get a picture with the former Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps, Sergeant Major Green.
Yeah.
Just dope. He was a pretty intense guy, too, not even going to lie.
Yeah, John Wick. With a pencil! A pencil!
Yeah, a pencil. Like John Wick style.
All right, I got to make one bad joke, and then my kids are loading up Nerf guns, so yeah, I have to go put down a rebellion. So just one bad joke. You ready, Mike?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We know the true story how you lost sight in your eye. Mattis just touched you, and you went blind, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I couldn't stand to be in the presence of his greatness, and I was deemed unworthy.
Exactly, he got punished.
So he basically made me the Odin of the Marine Corps. Afterwards, get it? Because Odin lost his eye. No Norse mythology people in here. No,
I get it. Odin, yeah.
No, I know you did.
And yeah, I remember that when they said, "If we conquer you, if."
Right. If.
It's like the other Spartan quotes, like they don't need to know how many of the enemy, they just need to know where they're at.
Yep, exactly. Oh, that was another funny part of the video. They're saying like Marines always bring Mark 19s everywhere with them, and if like contact left, they're like anything on the left is just gone.
Gone, exactly. If you guys who don't know what a Mark 19 is, it's an automatic grenade launcher.
Yeah. Right? It's a machine gun that shoots grenades. Just it destroys everything.
All right, Mike. Well, like I said, they're loading up guns. We got to go do our usual Tuesday night family rebellion.
Oh, you're good, man.
They still have yet to figure out. Daddy always has the best firearms. But what we usually do here, okay, guys, go check him out. CuramNadurtha.com. If you scroll up a little bit, and if Dan's still in here, Dan, drop your discount code. All right. You guys are not going to be disappointed, literally, with his products. I highly recommend them. I hardly ever really pop out and go get this now. Do it.
Well, that means a lot, man. So I greatly appreciate it. I enjoyed coming on, and I definitely enjoyed the conversation. It was a nice change of pace, and thank you for having me. I'm grateful.
Yeah. Not done with you yet. Hang on.
I know.
We usually throw this out here at the very end, all right? Today's challenge is going to be a little bit different, especially with the events unfolding in Afghanistan, which I have to film that video tomorrow. It'll be up Friday. It's going to be a life vlog. I'm not going to do it live like I did yesterday because I got some stuff I want to make sure I get said. So for the first time ever in a life vlog, I'm going to have notes. But call people, check on people, make sure your brothers are okay, make sure your sisters are okay. With the isolation and everything going on, and a bunch of vets are seriously inflamed right now. I'm worried about suicide rates among my brothers and sisters.
Yep.
I'm worried about, I got a phone call from family the other night going, if Biden's bullshit gets me recalled, I'm going to go berserk. Because it's not a matter of when we're going back. It's if. I pray to God it's not in my children's lifetime, but We did the job we were told to do. The politicians failed us.
Yep.
But on that note, call people and check on them. Just, how you doing? How are you? Seriously, call 3 people.
Yep.
It's
Check on your brothers.
not that hard. If you can't do 3, do 2. Can't do 2, just do 1. Call somebody and check on them, because it's more important now than ever before. And I always do this, Mike. I'm turning it over to you. Do you want to add anything?
Basically same what Chris said. I'm not going to say to piggyback off what he said, because we've all heard that before, right? I'm not going to say that. What I will say is, yeah, right. Definitely check on your brothers and sisters. My DMs are always open, and just stay blessed. Don't let a lot of the stuff get to you, because a lot of the stuff is out of our control. You just have to throw it to whoever you pray to.
Good way to say that. Good way.
And because it's no secret, I'm not Christian, so.
You're good.
But just pray to whoever you pray to. Check on your brothers and sisters, and take care of each other.
Very well said. Now, guys,
I don't want to go off into a safety brief or anything, because I can ramble on and on, wrap it in latex, or she's going to take your paychecks, all of it.
If you go to jail, establish dominance quickly. Yeah.
Yep.
But guys, as I always do, tomorrow's video is going to be a knife review. I know, big shock, but you really want to watch that video. That's going to come into big time play. Mr. Ratchet Strap has a big time play in tomorrow's video, guys.
All right.
Friday will be that life vlog. But on that note, guys, thank all of you so much for watching. Mike, don't go anywhere. We're going to hit a little outro.
All right.
I'll talk to you in the green room real quick. Guys,
yep.
See you in our brand new video. Guys, thank you so much for the time you just gave me. I hope you enjoyed our guest tonight, if we had one, and yes, I'm pre-recording this, or that you might have enjoyed an open mic night or whatever the heck just happened. We're going to try to do these every single Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and whatever you guys are in between and around the world. Next week, we should have another amazing guest or something really cool for you to watch. Thanks so much for watching all this stuff, guys, and we'll see you in our next one.